first one in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You a runner, motherfucker, high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker, never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood, trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. That's a man, baby. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Let's do this roll call real quick. Let's do it real quick. Eric H., G. McCall, Joseph Wiggins, Stormy in the building, Mind of Monson Musa. Salute, Rod Neal, Steve Elder, Mac, y'all must have forgot. Eric Jordan, G. McCall, Paul Carrot, Rick Blackwell, Bob, salute. ES, salute. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the dislike button, whatever it is you want to do. Because I have a question, man. I have a question. Now, there is a fundamental difference between male and females, right? I mean, there is, right? There is a difference, right? If anybody disagrees with anything that I have to say this morning, please enlighten me. All right? Jeff Sparks, salute. Because we've gone too far. This has gone too far. This has gone too far, y'all. I mean, come on now. Come on. This is what we're doing? Imagine you being a woman. Imagine you being a woman, right? You work your hardest. Ramel Lane, salute. And please like and share this video. Imagine being a little girl in whatever country. China, Japan, Canada, America, Mexico. You work your hardest. You become fascinated at boxing. I'm gonna keep it boxing here. You know why I'm gonna keep it boxing? Because it's a contact sport. It's a combat sport. And you work really hard. You fall in love with the sport of boxing. You want to go pro, but there's steps. You're in the gym. You're working hard. You're eating right. You're jogging in the morning. You know. And you know, you make it to the Olympics. And salute to Eric Jordan in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. It says Miguel, hashtag lightweight. Oh yeah.
Hi Miguel.
We're dealing with two Miguels right here. If y'all don't know, Miguel is cold. Miguel is cold for the pillow biters. Pillow biters. These are two pillow biters. These are two Miguels. These are two pillow biters. And they can't hack it. They can't hack it against competition, against their real gender, against their birth gender. They probably don't even love the sport like that. This is the easy route. Armanaz, salute. This is the easy route. But what's crazy is in this quote unquote woke society, everybody's afraid to speak out against certain things. Everyone's afraid to say, yo, man, this is wrong. because everybody's so sensitive. You see what happens? We don't leave certain things the way they are. So imagine you being a woman loving boxing and you working real hard and you get to the Olympics and you come across this. You're looking at this where it's obvious. It's like, wait a minute. And then you get a closer look. You're like, y'all sure this is a woman? Now, it's true. I've seen biological women. I'll give you an example. I knew a set of twins. One was a girl, one was a boy. They were twins, though. Unfortunately, the girl looked more like her brother, and the brother has manly features. And his twin sister looked like him with a wig on, and it was bugged out. When they got older, because they grew up around my way. When they got older, I saw her on social media. She legitimately had a nose job, and she had to make herself look more feminine because my boy, he looked like a dude. He had a wide nose. He was short, dark skinned, had a wide nose. He had like a Hulk brow, but he looked like a dude. It worked for him because he looked like a rough looking dude. Unfortunately, his twin sister looked like him with the wig. And when she got older, I saw her on social media. I don't follow him. Well, he's not on social media, but I don't follow her. But I said, "Oh, that's her." I said, "Wow." And she had her nose slimmed out, and she had something obviously done to her cheekbones, and I don't know how they did it, but they had that Hulk brow evened out or whatever. But I ain't even gonna hold you, man. That was bad. Imagine meeting her, you're like, well, okay, I'll deal with it. And then you meet her twin brother, it's like, oh, bro. I mean, identical in the face. It was the body was different, but identical in the face. It was crazy. But I'm not talking about that. Let's say you're standing across the ring, and I'm talking to the ladies. You're standing across the ring, and you look. Hey, fellas, what if that's your niece or your daughter or your friend's daughter or niece or whatever, a cousin or something? You're like, yo. And before Shorty put the helmet on, you're like, was that a dude? Wait a minute. The match happens and this dude start flinging Shorty or your little girl all across the ring, and the fight's over, and it's like, listen, man, I ain't never got beat up like that. And you're looking, and then you do some homework and you find out that both these fools previously failed a gender examination. They didn't pop for Ostarine, Nandrolone, no Clenbuterol, nothing. No, they failed a gender exam, and they were allowed to compete. And salute to y'all in the chat. I see y'all. I'm just cooking right now. Salute to y'all. Much love to y'all. Imagine. This is not only happening in boxing. This has been happening in track and field. Matter of fact, y'all remember the swimmer? Everybody spoke on that. I spoke on that. She gets in the water, and not even was she beating everybody in the pool, but she was breaking records and putting them out of reach because he was a man. Y'all remember that? And listen, man, he was breaking records and putting them out of reach. It's like he wasn't breaking it by seconds or like 1 or 2 seconds or a half a second. No, he was beating it by like 30 seconds. You know, that's a lot. In the pool, that's a lot. So those are records that are set. Ain't no woman gonna beat that. You know why? Hey, yo, listen. I know this woke culture, as they call it, they hijacked the term woke, by the way. And shout out to Champ Side for saying that. I think he just said it yesterday. But when he said it, I said, that's right. Woke used to be a good thing. Woke was something that was, it came from our culture, black culture. Like, yeah, we're awake. We know what's going on. And they took it and hijacked it and made it a bad thing, because that, again, that other community that you're looking at on this page, they attach themselves to the black struggle. I always had a problem with that. When I heard that community say, we go through the same thing black people go through, I said, no, don't do that. Do not do that. There was no continent where there was a bunch of you guys roaming around and people invaded that place and knocked you upside your head and kidnapped you. And you guys have no heritage or history. I believe y'all were around, but stop it, man. Y'all struggle is y'all struggle. I'm not one of the dudes running around talking about, I know there was a problem in the 80s with fine American gentleman bashing. I'm using the acronym. I wasn't with that. Leave people alone. But my thing is this. They're leaving you alone, leave us alone. Stop trying to include yourself in everything that we do. And what they did was they attached themselves to woke and made it ugly. And now you see them invading everything. And it's enabled by what? Feminism. It's enabled by feminism. It is. I only see women standing in the pocket for these gay dudes. How many dudes, let me talk to the fellas. How many chicks got a gay best friend? Say, what are you doing? They think that's cool. But I'm gonna tell you what I've seen. I've seen chicks that thought it was cool to have a gay best friend around. And guess what? I already say most women that choose to have that gay best friend, I already tell you how women can't get along. So what do you think's happening with a man that's walking around insisting he's a woman? What do you think? Eventually they're gonna fall out, right? I've seen the ugliest story. I reserved that story for Pep Talk. And y'all remind me when I talk. You know what? That'll be one of my topics. Ladies and the gay best friend. Man, I got a story for that. And I'll tell you this, because I guess it's kind of relevant to here. It got to the point where they were about to throw hands. And I had to remind Shorty, you do know that's a man, right? Nah. When you see him, you're going to do what exactly? You do know that's a man, right? You ain't going to do nothing. He going to take you and fling you around and yeah, he's going to remind you. I don't care how many pumps he models for you and hey girls, whatever. Y'all at war right now. We had to wake her up like, yo, no, wake up, ma. You just said you was going to punch him in the face. And he wasn't one of those frail pillow biters. He was one of those dudes that went to the gym every day. I said, you're not doing anything then. What are you talking about? You're going to punch him in the face. He's going to hit your back and he's going to knock you out. What is wrong with you? Stop. This is not one of your girlfriends. Stop. Had to save her from herself. I said, you do that's a man, right? Stop that. And this is the world we're living in where people don't know their damn place. And this is feminism right here, y'all. Y'all enabled this. Leave him alone. Let him do. Why can't he participate? Yes, gal. And look, these dudes yassed all the way into a boxing ring and they beating on women. But I know, men, black men in particular, we don't protect our sisters, right? Well, look at this. Go ahead, look at this. Look at this. Look, go ahead, look at this. These dudes are, and these people are scared to say this ain't right because they're gonna get canceled. You know what? You know what, man? Go on and cancel. Freedom's March in that super chat. Salute, man. He says hit the like button to support the grind. Salute, man. I appreciate you. This is disgusting behavior, y'all. This is disgusting. Paul Kerrick in that cash app. Much love and appreciation, man. Salute to you. Read what the brother said. Brother says supporting the machine. Salute. This is the only machine we need to be supporting. Because the boxing machine and the Olympic machine, this is out of control, y'all. This is out of control. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me send out this text. Yeah, I'm sorry. Salute to my brother Young Abel in that super chat. Much love. He said, Clarissa should have stayed quiet. You see why? Yeah, bro. Yeah. Now, the thing with Clarissa, and that was a problem. And now y'all see why we didn't like that. And I understand Clarissa's competitive nature. I understand that. And I know she thinks she's an anomaly. But at the same time, and I'm not even going to say I say this respectfully. I'm just going to keep it real. She wasn't going to beat up no Keith Thurman. Stop it. Stop it. As great as she is, and we love and respect our sister, I'm ready to put her in the Hall of Fame right now. She was not beating Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman could have gotten off the couch 212 pounds and just warmed up and he'd have beat her. You know why? That's a man. That's a man. And I know we've heard stories, oh, she pieced up dudes in sparring. Probably, I wasn't there. But I did see her in the ring with that Russian dude. And she said that he was doing something to his gloves. That might be true. You know, people are cheaters. People are cheaters. But I did see her get hit with a two-piece, and he dropped her. Are there some men she could beat in the world? Definitely. Definitely. She's a pro and she's a professional. We love her. But I think she was out of pocket saying, yo, I want to fight Keith Thurman. He's like, yo, stop. Stop. They did the same thing to Ronda Rousey. They were, oh, yeah. Remember what Dana White said? Oh, you know, yeah, I think if they fought in the street, you know, Ronda would. I said, Ronda would what? Ronda would what? She get knocked unconscious. No doubt Ronda's nice, but you know what happens if she tries to get me in an armbar? I'm just gonna curl her like a dumbbell. She won't be able to straighten my arm out. I'm too strong. I would literally pick her up and drop her on her head. Fight over. Why? Physically, I'm stronger than her. Can she beat some men? Absolutely. Y'all saw what happened when they took that professional female soccer team and made them play a bunch of high schoolers? Y'all saw what happened? They ran them off the field. Have y'all seen the best high school seniors, ball players in the country? First of all, I'm not beating those kids. The shortest one was like 6'5". And I'm looking at them on the gram. I say, yo, these kids is balling out. The tallest one is like 7'2". 16-year-old. What? What's going on? They dunking and stuff? Get out of here. They would run a WNBA team out the gym. I promise you. These look like grown men, and they zoomed in on the bench. They none of they even had facial hair. They're like little boys. Like my nephew, he's 6'1" with a baby face. Thank you, Stormy. All of that bigging up the Floyd. Oh, yeah. I think they were actually going to try and make that fight, an exhibition. Had her gas. Turned right around, got in the ring with Holmes, kicked her head off. There goes that. And I love what Floyd did. He never responded. He was like, what is this? If he responded, you know what would have happened to him, right? They'd have dragged him. Oh, yeah, you used to beating women. Because he had that label on him. You see? You see that? So he never said anything. Sometimes you just gotta, what do I always say, y'all? Sometimes you don't have to lift the finger, just let it play out. Her very next, after winning the ESPY, I think she won the ESPY over Floyd. Her very next fight was against Holmes. Holmes. Kicked her head off. Kicked her head right off. And that was the end of that. She ain't never been the same. The quote, all this talk about Keith Thurman, and there was fools online pushing for that. And then that Spawn footage came out. I was like, well, I know Keith would have whooped that dude, that Russian dude's behind. I know that much. How we support, man, get out of here, man. Y'all need to stop this, man. Because now this is the other side of the spectrum. You see, the GWOAT was looking for smoke, and we were telling her chill. Why? She's a woman. We were telling her chill. No, chill. All right, we know you got hands. I'm willing to believe that, and I can't confirm this, and she might deny it, but I'm willing to believe that there was dudes she sparred with that took it easy on her. Ain't there a video of her sparring Errol? Now, I didn't see it, but dudes told me, yeah, Errol wasn't really throwing nothing. Rick C said it's not feminism, it's transmission replacement. You could be right, but see, the thing is, Rick C, feminism enabled this behavior, and now it's out of control. They can't control it. You see, feminism is supposed to be a good thing. The true nature of feminism was to make sure women had equal rights. They wanted to vote. They wanted equal pay if they're doing the same jobs as men. And I agree with that. Why wasn't women allowed to vote? They said, oh, well, they think different, they wired different. We know that, but come on. They can't vote? So fine, they want that. Oh yeah, we want to make the same money. Okay, cool. If I'm a clerk at an office, and I'm making X amount of dollars an hour, and you take that same job, sure. So I'm with equal rights. They scream that they don't make equal pay. No, that's not true. They do now. But what's real is they're not taking the same jobs that we take. Y'all seen those jobs on those oil rigs in the middle of the ocean where you got to hang out there for like 4 or 5 months out the year? You ever seen what those men do? You could die out there. They literally taking like pipes and putting them in the chains and putting them in the pipes. One false move, you could lose a limb out there. Those guys make like $300,000 to sit out there in the middle of the ocean for 4 months out the year. You could die out there. One false move and you're dead. I'm not talking about catching the flu or something like that. No, you're dead. Women ain't taking those jobs. How many female lumberjacks have you seen? There was a show on, I think, National Geographic Channel. Those guys like, yeah, I'm a lumberjack. My dad was a lumberjack. And I'm looking at his hands. I said, yo, he got like 2 digits missing. You could lose a finger. The average lumberjack loses a digit in their career. It happens. How many females? I'm sure there's a female lumberjack somewhere. Stop. Stop this. I'm with equal rights. I'm with that. But it's not equal when I'm seeing these jobs. Some of these women are just not taking these dangerous ass jobs. Why? It's not safe. Y'all not strong enough. Those oil rig jobs, when y'all get a minute, look it up and see. And think of a woman and think of the most butchiest woman you know. She ain't doing that. Guess what? She physically can't do it. That's literally telling the average woman. She works out on the gym. I'm like, all right, come here. I'm gonna check your strength. Lay down on this bench press, and you put a 45-pound bar up there, and I take 4 plates and 2 on each end. That's 225 pounds. Like, yo, bounce this off your chest. She can't pick that up. The average woman can't pick that up. The average woman can't pick that up. 225 on the bench? No. They cannot pick that up. You know what they'll say? Why are you putting all that weight on there for? I'm like, yo, this is how I warm up. This is how I warm up. Well, you're a man. And I'm gonna tell you something else. There's a lot of average men that can't pick that up, and I get it. Now, how about this? How about 135 on the bench press? You know the average woman can't pick that up? You get my point? The average woman can't even do a push-up. Did you know that? The average woman can't do a push-up. I ain't even gonna get on the average American woman. Can't do a push-up, a real push-up. Thank you, Tay Tay. Y'all remember Phelan Fox? The dude who turned into a woman, had a match and cracked that woman's skull. Who said that was okay? But y'all remember Patricio, what was her name? Patricio Manuel? Born a woman, changed it to a man, turned it to a pro boxer. Everything was okay. I think that thing had 4 fights. Everything was okay. And then what happened? You know what happened? I think the last fight it had, he got knocked out. Now, all of his fights are on YouTube. Right? That last fight he had got KO'd. I did a video on that. I can't find that fight anywhere. All of the wins are on YouTube. That one loss, I can't find it. I can't find it. Why? 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 What happened? I love the idea behind feminism for what it was supposed to do. But just like that term woke, feminism has morphed into something ugly. Like that term woke, they've attached this type of ugliness to it. Woke was something that the black community was using, and it got hijacked by this. They included this into something we created. Hip-hop is a good thing. But now I have people telling me that Eminem is one of the GOATs. No, he's not. Watch this. Eminem will tell you he's not one of the GOATs. He's nice with it, but he tells you he's not one of the GOATs. Hip-hop is a great thing, but what did they do with us? They threw Vanilla Ice in our face. Y'all remember that? He was winning all these awards, and I'm like, oh, come on, bro. He's not even good. Oh, you just racist. You just so... No. Prime Minister Pete Nice and MC Search, they were nice with it. They're from Queens. And you can hear the difference in music. And they didn't like him. Marketing scheming real. Don't put that racist thing on me. Eminem is nice, but he'll tell you he's not one of the GOATs. Every one of his favorite rappers are in my top 10. Well, my top 30, I'll say. And he'll tell you, don't put that on me. Shout out to Tommy Morris and the Duke. The machine tried to get behind him. And he said, don't make me the great white hype. Don't do that to me. I know what comes with that. So salute to him and rest in power. Salute to him and his son. His son looked just like him. Body shape and everything. No Epstein. We're dealing with a lot over here. So they hijacked woke. Now it's affiliated with something ugly. Yeah, Mike Lewis, he's versatile. I'll give that to him. But I respect that I've seen interviews. When I first heard him, I said, that flow sounds awfully familiar, but we're going to see. It sounds like Tretch to me, boss. And I remember his first interview that I heard, he was out here. He was in New York. I don't know if it was Shot 97 or Sour 105 when I used to listen to the radio. And he said one of his influences was Tretch from Naughty by Nature. I said, there you go. I knew I heard that flow. There you go. There it is. I said, all right, I respect that. He's not on there talking about I did this and I started this and I'm the first doing that. No, he understands his privilege. He understands. And he hasn't been disrespectful. So I'm cool with that. Had he been bouncing around for years talking about I started this and I run this, I'd be like, nah, you got to go now, bro. You got to go, bro. But he never did that. And when people came from him, he kept it on the mic. He battled them, and he cooked a lot of people. I ain't even gonna hold you. His wordplay is insane, so I'll give him that. But he never said he's like the boss of this thing, and I run this thing, and I'm the guy. He never did that. He kept it hip hop, and I'm cool with that. I ain't got no problem with him. But what happens is when you have outside entities, that's why I tell y'all got to be careful who y'all big up. Now we talking boxing now, right? Y'all got to be careful about who y'all big up, who y'all disregard, who y'all celebrate. What do y'all think I was talking about when I mentioned Lomachenko? Did I say Loma was trash? No. But I said y'all got to be careful who y'all celebrate. Y'all hated Devin so much. But y'all wasn't supposed to celebrate or talk about how you felt even if in your heart that you felt he lost. Y'all supposed to shut up. And I'm talking to the black fans. Y'all supposed to shut up. Y'all supposed to shut up. No. Y'all supposed to just be quiet. Be like, yeah, I think Dev lost, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all have no code. Because those Ukrainians in the building was on it. BFTV told you. They were on it. You just root for him because he black. Whole time they're white, blonde hair, blue-eyed. Probably got swastikas tattooed on their backs while waving the Ukrainian flag. And you're rooting for Loma because why? Who is BF supposed to be? They're always good to check it. They're always supposed to check us. That's why I was saying y'all got to be careful. Y'all don't draw no lines, man. The majority of the black people that felt Devin lost, all of those dudes were Shakur and Tank fans. That's why I'm watching this Shakur and Tank fallout. And I'm not smiling about it. I'm just looking at it like, yo, I knew this was coming. I knew it. What did I say? Remember the example I gave y'all? What happens if the Legion of Doom beats the Justice League? They just kill Aquaman, Batman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Superman, the Flash. They kill all of them. Now, you're on the planet and you're stuck with Lex Luthor, Black Manta, Gorilla Grodd, and all these villains. Are they supposed to trust each other now? No, they're going to turn on each other. So I'm just watching this thing like, yeah, see, there you go. There you go. What are Tank's fans going to say? Now you're going to say that Shakur is boring? No, before, y'all was throwing Tank at, y'all was throwing Shakur at us. At Team DHP. I couldn't be a supporter of all those brothers impartially. Those guys made it difficult. So fine, now I'm choosing a side. And Shakur and Tank's behavior, they made it easy. They made it easier. Now I'm like, man, forget all you guys. And now look, Devin's quiet, enjoying life. He's at 140. And now look, but more on that later. We're talking about this. But the behavior is all relevant. And this is why I blame feminism for this. They took feminism like they did woke, where feminism was supposed to be, it was invented to help the women for equal rights. They took that, and what did they do? Look what they did. Why can't your gay best friend participate in female games? Yeah, if he's born a male, why can't he? No one cares about his sexuality. Why can't he compete as a man? Why can't he compete as a man? To be broken wrist is one thing. But to insist that you're a woman and then want to compete as a woman, I just told y'all, that swimmer, I forgot his name. But this dude got out of bed and said, hey, I'm a woman. And I don't even think dude had the full operation, I don't think. There's these weird rules that say if you identify as whatever, you can participate as whatever. It happened in powerlifting. A grown man who's a pro powerlifter participated in a bench press, and he wrote down on the form he's a woman. They let him compete. These strong women are bench pressing 375 pounds. He laid on that bench and bounced 600 and something pounds off his chest. Not only did he beat the record, he put it. Ain't no woman bench pressing 600 pounds. I don't care how much steroids she take. She can have the Canelo meat, the Ostarine from Ryan Garcia, the whole pharmacy in her bloodstream that Big Baby Miller had. She ain't bench pressing 600 pounds. And he did it to mock the system. He did it to mock the system. The system is broken. Feminism compromised this. You know why? Here's why. Feminism is for equal rights, right? Women want to be protected by way of the law, right? We're the women standing up saying, hey man, these are men. These are men getting in there and beating up women. This cannot be allowed. And just like that, it will go away. But they've dug such a hole that if women got together and say, we don't want this, we don't want these two men beating up on women, on an Olympic level, y'all know how crazy this is? On an Olympic level, if the feminists got up and said, okay, we don't want this, you know what happens now? The gay community, the broken wrist community, is gonna fight back and say, we can do what we want. They allowed this behavior. They allowed it. It was cute until it affects them. Right? What does this remind you of? Bill. Floyd and Bill arguing on Instagram. It was cute until Floyd flipped on Tank. Now it's not funny. Ha ha ha. Look at Bill and Floyd. Ha ha. Now he flipped on Tank. Yo, man, you know Floyd's wrong for that. Man, shut up. We've been telling y'all Floyd been off for a long time, man. Shut up. We don't want to hear it. Floyd Scarfield. We loving brown people, y'all. Ow.
Miguel.
We loving brown people, y'all. Ostarine is not why Devin got hit with those left hooks, y'all. Ow. Drugs is not why people lose fights. Ow. While waving his dreads. He done said all of that as if his son is not a pro fighter. He done said all of that as if his son's not a pro fighter. He just, you know what this fool just did, man? He made it dangerous. So moving forward, the next person that talks to him, they should ask him, okay, you don't think, cheating is why people lose a boxing match because skills pay the bills. So moving forward, you'll be sending anyone from your camp to check your opponent's hand wraps? Because your son just gonna, whoever he's fighting, he's just gonna outclass him anyway, right? He made it dangerous. And I'm not wishing this on his son. But in the event his son does get cheated, because this is a dirtbag business. and it comes out that if there's some drug testing beyond his control, because certain types of drug testing they have to agree upon, and if something happens beyond his control, and they say, "Look, man, I know you didn't know, but this guy popped, so we're gonna rule it a no contest," and your son got like beat up bad, and now you find out that his opponent cheated, he can't say anything now, other than, yeah, we just lost. I know the guy had a whole pharmacy in his bloodstream. Ow, we loving brown people, y'all. Ow, but my son didn't do what he was supposed to do. The drug shouldn't have made a difference. That better be his comments. But I know if that happens, we're gonna be like, yo, what the hell? Floyd was in there fighting the Flash. This dude was all over him. Then you find out, oh, this guy was doing a whole cycle of nandrolone, ostarine, Fibutyrol, all kinds of Listerines or whatever he's on. But he can't say anything now. That's one argument he can never use in his son's entire career. Pillow biter. Yeah, main biker. Leah Thomas from Penn State. Identified as a woman, and they allowed him to compete. Feminism did that. You know why? Because not enough women who claim to be feminists are speaking out against this. So boxing has been compromised by feminism. Where are the women talking about, yo, man, why y'all got me in here fighting a man? Oh, I know, Jose. I'm not even going to get on there. Bro, listen. The most DV cases, the most violent ones that I've seen, have been the same couple relationships, and I mean the women. When dudes be like, yo, man, my ex is, she crazy. She cut my clothes up, set the house on fire. Women are known for doing that. They get emotional, which is why men were saying that women shouldn't vote because they're emotional. But feminism fought for that, which is why they say women shouldn't be in super positions of power. Feminism fought for that. So to a degree, due to biology, we're right on certain things. Due to the chemical makeup, we're right on certain things. But feminism fought for certain things, and they won. Why isn't feminism sticking up for these two dudes beating on women at the Olympic level? How can this happen? What's this dude's name? Iman Khalif? You kidding me? What if that was your daughter? What if that was your wife? Your niece, and you find out when the helmet comes off, you're looking at it, you're like, yo, that look like a dude. And then you find out these mofos failed a gender test, not drugs, but a gender test. They say, no, what we've looked up, what we've seen, oh yeah, there's a problem. You have a penis. Or you had one. Think you're kidding me. Oh, but don't worry, he had his testicles removed and had his joint cut off or whatever it is they do. This is great. Oh, Mike, you're not lying, because I just want to talk about boxing here, but y'all see the outrage about that, how they had that broken wrist community come out and they made it look like the Last Supper. Y'all saw that? I didn't say anything yet. You know me, I like to let things marinate and let everyone get their opinion out, and then I'll give mine later. Y'all saw that? I didn't see it. I saw it on YouTube, though. I didn't see it live. But y'all saw that, right? If y'all don't know, they had these, first of all, I heard they had these women parading out. They were all painted, and they were naked, though, but they were painted. But just because you're painted, that don't mean that the world can't see that you're not dressed. there's children watching the Olympics. The Olympics is supposed to be a worldwide big thing where we all supposed to get together and compete in friendly competition. And I heard they had naked women parading out doing a dance, and then when the dance was over, they backed the camera up and it made it look like the Last Supper, and there was some transformer in the middle with the Jesus halo on. Is that true? Is that true? Wait, hold on. Is that true? Because that's what was told to me. Is that true? Isha, good morning. Is that true? They really did that? I saw clips of it. I didn't see the whole thing, but is that true? And then I heard the person that organized that, surprise, surprise, is a part of that broken wrist community. Well, here's the deal. Who is, Abel said that's true. I believe Abel. Who went and got that broken wrist and said that this was a good idea? Who okayed that? That had to be rehearsed. They had to choose the music, organize a dance. They had to be rehearsed for months. Now, I saw like a little clip, but I didn't see the whole thing. But I heard that when the dance was over, they backed the camera up and made it look like it was the Last Supper. But there was a bunch of people from the broken wrist on. I was like, what? Is that real? And nobody's getting canceled behind it. And I heard that the person that organized it is a part of that community. I heard it was some German dude or woman. I don't know. Binary, I don't know. Stood on it, right? They stood on it. In insult to injury, not enough people are making noise about it. But I remember watching the Super Bowl years ago with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. And y'all remember when a portion of her attire came off and it showed a pierced nip? And I was at home like, whoa, we're doing that now? I said, that's a little extreme, but you know, I remember once upon a time, you couldn't say ASS on live TV. You couldn't say the B word on live TV. Now you can say it. You hear it all the time. On daytime TV and on like your favorite show. Ah, bitch. Ah, my ass. You couldn't say that in the 80s, in 70s. You couldn't say that. Something happened in the 90s where they just started letting things fly. Oh, well, ass is really a animal. It's a donkey. Oh, bitch is really a female dog. So we could let that, but with the context in which you're using it. Because if I say that word one too many times and I'm calling someone a B word in the chat, or if I invite someone on the panel, we gets to fussing and I'm calling the B word every 5 minutes, I can't monetize the video. Shout out to Miguel.
Ay, Miguel! Miguel!
Miguel, you enjoying my program? You enjoying my program, Miguel? Hold on, Main Biker just sent me something. Yo, that's a dude. So the Paris organizers, they issued an apology. See, what I'm saying to y'all is, oh, Stormy, that performance is on YouTube, bro. And the pictures all over the internet. You always be able to find it. But I saw it live. And I remember saying, oh, they could do that now on TV? But my point of bringing that up is, they said they're not inviting her back. I mean, so what? She didn't care. He said the pleasure principle. Oh, I see what you did there. Did y'all get what I'm saying? They canceled her. They canceled her. We're not inviting her back. We're not inviting Justin Timberlake back. That was outrageous. And here we are years later dealing with this. I think this is a little more important, but you see what, you know, feminism. Because you know what? They undermine the men. And this is the problem when you undermine men. Now, I'm looking at this picture, y'all. This is a bunch There's a dude back here that looked like Ryan Garcia, actually. When you zoom in on it, but it's not him. But he's another dude that identifies as a chick. But whatever. Yeah, I got your text, Focus Ball. I got your text. So, this is what we're dealing with now. And I'm saying it's been compromised. Boxing has been compromised by feminism. Boxing has been compromised by feminism. And this is why it was so important. There were certain people saying, yo, I think Clarissa, she could beat Keith Thurman. I say, please get that out your mind. Please don't force this fight. And I'm so glad Keith Thurman decided to ignore that. I'm so glad he decided to ignore that. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'd have protested that, man. I said he's gonna carry her for the whole fight, but if she act wrong, he hit her one good time, you know what's gonna happen? He didn't have to hit her that hard. It's boxing and she asked for this. I was just sent a video. This dude was arguing with this woman. Now you see how I just presented that? I said a dude was arguing with a woman, right? Now watch this. Perception is everything. Woman was arguing with a dude. Bowling out. I don't know what, and they were in each other's face. And she snuffed him. And he fell and hit his head on the table. And I'm like, oh man. And I don't know if that dude was drunk or whatever, but he had to have been. But when he hit his head on that table, he could have died. But he rolled over and he was like conscious, but he had a cut on his eye. But that moose of a woman, now she's feeling herself. Now forever, if she gets into it with a dude or gets into one of these pointless debates on social media somewhere, you know, the man versus woman, there's a million of those online. She can actually say, well, it depends, you know, women can beat men because I beat one up in the bowling alley. You know what? I'm not going to show the video here because YouTube is funny, especially with me. Shout out to Miguel.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
You know, but you hit a drunk man. That dude definitely looked drunk. Don't feel yourself. You raise your hands at me, I will stomp your ears together. I'm not going to have no nonsense from no dude. I'm definitely not putting up with a woman. Don't put your hands on me. For real. I don't initiate contact anywhere. It's not my fault I hit harder than you. Don't do that. Because equal rights deserve equal lefts.
Whack, jack, smack.
That's right. Don't put your hands on me.
Whack, jack, smack.
Because I was raised, you don't let no one touch you. They hit you, you hit them back.
Whack, jack, smack.
It can happen to you. Salute to the real OG, Mr. Mart in the building. He says, I saw it live as well, but they actually didn't give Justin Timberlake much heat as Janet, and he's the one who pulled the wardrobe. I remember that. Because he pulled it off. That's what I'm saying. I was like, because they both said, oh, it was a malfunction. I said, nah, they planned that. It was edgy. I said, fine, but Janet is the one that got all the heat. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, they told her she can't come back. They didn't say that to Janet. I don't think they said it to Justin. I gotta look it up. But I remember Janet caught the heat for that because it was her boob that was out. And it was pierced at that. That's what I'm saying. Nah, they planned that. They just didn't know they was gonna get heat. Thomas Brown says that Ralph Macchio. I'm done. I'm done. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. You see this? He wasn't banned. She was. Of course, it's her fault. He's the one that yanked it off, and you could tell it was organized. He didn't say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to do that," and she was like, "No. It was organized." They didn't know they were going to get heat for that, but she got the heat. He didn't. I do remember that. But I don't care about the Super Bowl anyway. I legitimately have not watched 1 minute of NFL football since the kneel. I was done with it. I can't tell you what's going on in the NFL. I don't know. I stuck to it. So now, feminism justifying this behavior, because it goes both ways, y'all. It goes for the women and it goes for the men that wanna claim that they're a woman. Like these two fine American gentlemen right here, and it's an acronym. I know they're not American, but read between the lines. So now these dudes got in there and they went upside women's head. Are women cool with this? Fallon Fox is a man in MMA competing as a woman. He had to change. And not only did it beat up a woman, but he fractured Shorty's skull. Where's feminism? Because you know what happens? When feminists step up and say, hey, this ain't right. This ain't right. You know what happens? That broken wrist community, they start fighting the women. Now, let me say this. Feminists, because there's also an idea that all feminists are lesbians, and that's not true. That's not true. I've seen some of the most annoying feminists, and they say they like men, but they like men for what they're for. I mean, these are like OD feminists. They got the short haircuts. They like to wear pants, glasses. They like to tell you how educated they are. They're not lesbians, though. They like to use men for what they're for. They're not in a relationship. They have a boo thing. They have someone that they call up. I even heard I had a woman say in a group discussion one day, she's definitely not smoking, talking. The real Baltimore in the building, salute. They're not into chicks at all. But they like penetration. They like the toys. But they don't like men. Okay. Feminism wasn't designed to go to war with men and to make you hate men. That's the perception of it today. They took that and somebody angry took it and threw it out of proportion. And the angry women attached themselves to that. A lot of these women don't even know what feminism really is. They don't even know why it was created. It's out of proportion. Much like everything. I told y'all the definition of hip hop. I told y'all. What this was. I told y'all what hip hop meant. Its roots and what it meant. There's a definition of hip hop. Told y'all that. Where the hell did this twerking come from? I was saying that in the 90s when Uncle Luke introduced Doodoo Brown. Doodoo Brown and twerking, that whole culture is the same. It's the whole thing. Horror culture. But back then, if you was like that, you made money stripping. So you ain't mind showing your face if that's what you was about. But back then, that was a small amount of women. And then there were the chicks that were like that, but when they got with you, they said, yo, look, don't tell anybody though, because they had somewhat of they felt they had a reputation to protect. So there was still some shame involved. Now, they're making it seem like it's the majority. They, meaning the machine, they're making it seem like it's the majority of women, and the women that have the biggest mouths, because real women are quiet about how they move and shake. But the women with the biggest mouths, because they mess up in the head, they're acting that way because they never got help, because I don't know what their deal is. They may have gotten touched on. Their parents may have pimped them out or whatever. They're in competition with their mothers, are in competition with them or whatever. They're messed up. So they get on here grandstanding, and they look down on the women that have one sex partner, and they're like 29 years old, and they don't have no kids. Oh, you don't know what it is about. Oh, you ain't got nothing. Oh, what's your body count? 504. And you younger than her and less educated than her. Those women with the biggest mouths make it bad for the real women that are trying to do something. Enter feminism, and those bad women attach themselves to feminism because whatever they got going on in their mind, they think feminism is anti-man, and they use that word and they wage war against men, and men are looking like, yo, huh? Why am I on here arguing with a chick with 4 different kids from 4 different dudes, and I don't care if she look good, but you know, look at these podcasts. Dudes be sitting there with their ish together, and the women that choose to come on their show, 5 kids, 5 different dudes, and pink hair all over the place, and they sitting there and they snapping, and body count is out of control, but they demand top tier men. And the dudes that are top tier, some of them be sitting there, 6 figures, over 6 feet, in shape, and they're supposed to pick you, and then when you don't pick them, what do? Sign language, shame, insult, guilt, they need to be right. Oh, you look gay anyway. Oh, I don't like your shoes. You got a big head, or you look like you got a little penis, whatever it is. It's like, yeah, but when we leave here, I go to my home, and I might be by myself, but it's mine, and I drive to my home in my whatever car that I own, and you go home to 5 screaming rugrats with 4 different baby daddies that's not taking care of any of them, with your stomach looking like a shriveled up prune. And those women are attached to feminism. And that's not what feminism was about. Twerking and stuff, and doodle brown, that's not what hip hop was about. But it's now attached to the culture. We didn't speak out against it to denounce it. We didn't. So now it's here. Now let's talk about boxing. It's been compromised by feminism. Because feminism didn't speak out against this, now you got these transformers in the Olympics beating up women. And y'all can't say anything because y'all created a monster. The alphabet community. As soon as y'all take a stand, real women. I need the women with the buzz cuts that claim that they're not broken wrists themselves. Speak out against this. But you know what? To speak out against that is to lose the support of the alphabet community. And the alphabet community supports feminism. Don't y'all see that? The men that think that they're women and the women that want to be men. They all align themselves with feminism. How many women that want to be men align themselves with the male struggle? Because it's become a struggle. Why? Because we're fighting this. They don't, because the men that identify as women, they're now part of that alphabet community struggle. Stop me when I'm lying. So the war is on multiple fronts, but there's women that disagree with that, but they don't want to say anything. Think of the biggest feminist woman with the biggest bulka, that's straight, that's not part of the alphabet community. It's hard to find one. Can y'all drop a name of an outlaw feminist that's not gay? Because remember I said, that community attached themselves to feminism. So when you think feminism, you think of a lesbian. And I'm saying that that's not true. There's a lot of straight feminists. So give me the name of a straight feminist, and is she talking about this? Because they should be at war with this. I'll go deeper than that. I did a live last year, maybe a year and a half ago. Cynthia G crazy. Hey, but I know she's straight and she's a feminist, but she's also crazy because she wants to kill men. Young black men too at that. She's crazy. So I wouldn't look for her to fight in this. What was I gonna say? I did a video maybe a year and a half ago about boxing. The Olympics wanted to get rid of boxing. You remember that video? They wanted to get rid of the boxing program because it was too corrupt. They were talking about judging and things of that nature. And Mauricio Silliman volunteered his services to help repair the broken boxing system. Copper, what up? And I said, okay, if it's broken, I agree with that, but you're gonna get this guy to fix it? I don't want this guy touching anything. He's corrupt himself. He's supposed to fix this? No. Well, one thing I'll agree, the Olympic boxing system is broken. And that's what we're talking about this morning. It is broken. If they're allowing this should not be allowed, man. Everybody hides their hand now. So now you got the broken wrist community replicating the Last Supper with Jesus. In America, don't they call it gay péri? Gay péri, meaning happy, but the irony behind this, gay péri. Gay péri. Y'all remember that? Who's my age? I know Copper's heard that. I know Stormy's heard that. Gay péri. Heard it on cartoons. Let's go to gay péri. I used to laugh at that. Heard it on Looney Tunes. Gay péri. So, if they're allowing this, get rid of boxing. If they're allowing this, get rid of boxing in the Olympics. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. I could do without this. Can you imagine a woman in your family, I don't care to what capacity, your wife or your daughter, preparing her whole life for the Olympics, gets there and fights one of these dudes and loses. No endorsements. It's going to take longer for you to turn pro because the Olympics said it was okay for your female family member to fight a man. Is that fair? Exactly, true. Well, it was Pepe Le Pew that said that. Gay péri. Whom, by the way, they took off the air. You can't find Pepe Le Pew anywhere. You might see the character, but you know he was a stalker. Pepe Le Pew was a creep, and he was French. He was a French skunk. In every cartoon, there was that poor black cat, and somehow some paint falls on her, and she got a white streak down her back, and he thinks that she's another skunk. And no matter what, she's running from him the whole cartoon. She's running for her life, and he's just hopping after her because he's in love with her. He would grab her and start kissing on her. You can't air that today. You know why? That's like sexual. That's like sexual predatory. You can't air that today. You know what else you don't see on y'all remember a character named Speedy Gonzalez? Can't air him. A mouse with a big sombrero that runs extremely fast. Run around going, yeah, Andre. Do you know how racist? Bro, you might see him like with everybody else, but you won't see his cartoon. When was the last time you saw Speedy Gonzalez cartoon? You know he had a cousin named Slowpoke Rodriguez. You remember that episode? He was telling them, there's a cat, Sylvester. There's a cat. We have to run. And his cousin Slowpoke Rodriguez. Le cucaracha. Remember? And he was picking them up and running. Well, at the end of the episode, Speedy left him. Something happened. And Sylvester grabbed him. And you know why Slowpoke Rodriguez walked slow? Because he packed a gun. He said, Slowpoke, pack a gun! And Sylvester looks at him. He pulls out a goddamn gun bigger than his body and blows his goddamn face off. And that's how the cartoon ended. Man, I fell out. I was like, oh my God. That was funny as hell. I was like 8 years old when I saw that. Can't air that now. Tom and Jerry was some of the most violent. Looking back, what the hell? Violent as hell. Speedy Gonzalez, Slowpoke Rodriguez, you can't air that stuff now. Pepe Le Pew, can't air that now. You know why? Because we are raised in a generation of Buddhists. Everything is inflammatory. Everything hurts my feelings. You make fun of a kid's sneakers, he go home, and 2 days later he come back with a trench coat in 90-degree weather, shoots up the whole damn school. Back in my day, I don't know, man. Go outside, you fall, you get a little strawberry on your arm. You know what a strawberry is? When you scrape up your arm. Let me see, do I go upstairs and get some medical attention? If I do, I'm gonna miss what's going on outside. My friends are playing. We're playing tag. Nah, you brush it off, get the dirt off, and it hurts and it stings, but you keep playing. You go upstairs, your mama, your dad look at you. What is going on there? What's going on, man? You're gonna get infected. You take a shower, they threw the alcohol or peroxide on it. Oh, then you put a Band-Aid on it. Get back in the game. Tomorrow. These kids today, give them a Happy Meal. Give them those compressed carbohydrates and fake meat. Give him a lollipop. Get his sugar level up. So by the time he's 16, 17, he has high blood pressure and diabetes. And his hair's falling out of his head. At 16 years old. Baby him. And don't let him be raised by a single mother. Forget it. That's a little worse because now he don't know how to communicate with women. And then he gets online and sees YouTube videos of just men and women arguing. And he thinks he's red pill. But he can't decipher anything. It's a whole thing, man. And I'm not talking bad about anybody. See, at my age, I can watch these things and understand it because I have enough life experience. But when you're 18 years old and you're watching this stuff, it's pollution. It's like, that's why you're not supposed to watch pornography as a child. You can't process that. By the time you are at an age where you could potentially get laid, and it's for the girls and the boys, you think that what you've been watching is what sex is supposed to be. It's not it. It's not it. Those were actors. And sure, they're finishing, but those are actors. Everything is warped. That's why this whole thing is warped. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, make sure your kid, you ain't even got to take their phones. Make sure they know what's real and what's not. I'm in my kid's chest. You know that's bullshit, right? I know that. Yeah. That's bullshit.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
I cursed Miguel an hour and 16 minutes into the show. You're not going to fully monetize my show now, Miguel? Because I'm talking about your community and how they're polluting. Now they're polluting the Olympics. They're polluting life, and now they're polluting the Olympics. So much to the fact that they're scared to speak out against men beating on women in a combat sport. I wonder if there was a Patricio Manuel. I wonder if he was Olympian. Would they allow her, him, Shim to compete against men? Miguel?
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Main biker, salute. He says, but they aired Daffy Duck getting shot by white men. Bro. I remember y'all called it roasting today. We called it snapping back in the day. And this kid was like real dark skinned, and he was trying to snap in the lunchroom. And I told him, my man, he was like black. And I said, yo, my man, I know you not talking. You looking like Daffy Duck with his beak shot off. The teacher heard that. He collapsed on the floor. He was like, oh. Safe to say I won that. He was dark skinned with beady eyes. And I was just looking at him. I let him get off like 3 or 4 jokes. And I said, man, so I know you ain't talking. You sitting there looking like Daffy Duck with his beak shot the F off. The teacher was like, oh my God, bro. That was funny as hell. And he did. You know what it is? They have a whole lunchroom look at you like, oh! Rest of the school year. Yo, what up, Daff? Yo, shut up. Yeah, ha, very funny. Yo, what up, Daff? Smoked him. Can't ever roast me. I grew up roasting. It's a part of our culture. That's what we do. That's why when these clowns get up here and they try and do it when they get on the panel, especially if you grew up in the tri-state, that's just what we did. That's how we greeted each other. Go outside. Yo, what up? Yo, your mama. Word? Yep. And we just start right there all day. Mama jokes. Yo, what up, y'all? Your mama, nigga. All right. That's what we doing? Yep. Just stupid shit. Yo. One of my boys, right? He's so stupid. Because he had a weird look, too. He would say something, and it wouldn't be funny. If anyone else said it, it wouldn't be funny. But the fact that he said it with this look on his face made it funny. I remember he walked up, and he looked at my other boy. He was like, yo. He's like, what? He said, yo, your mom scared of birds? And just looked at him. I was dying, bro. He said, what does that even mean, yo? He said, yo, your mom scared of birds, yo? I was like, what does that mean? It was funny, though. But salute to Miguel. Oh, for those of you that don't know, Miguel, let me tell you why I've named him Miguel. And when my other channel comes off of suspension, I'm going to let the rest of the audience know. Miguel is code for broken wrist. Here's why I called him Miguel. It's a Latino name. And I noticed that anytime I talked about Brian, Canelo, Teofimo, they didn't fully monetize my videos. But I could get on here and talk about Tank and Shakur and Devin, right? And I could disrespect, as they would seem, a Tank fan would seem it as disrespect, but I'm telling the truth. Right? Right? It's okay for me to talk about black people. That's fine. I mean, he's so stupid. He can't even demonetize or halfway monetize that. But y'all remember when I was on here talking about Ryan and they stopped my live for no reason. No reason. And I started a live back. When YouTube interrupts your live, I had like 300 people here. Interrupted the live. Normally, they say take that strike with you. Well, 2 Fridays ago, I upload the live. I go to work. I come back. Whole day went by. And I was like, why can't I upload on my Drew Titan channel? What happened? He said, you got a strike for community standards. And I said, well, that's strange. I'm dual streaming. So it was on 2 channels. Pep Talk, Drew Titan LLC. Why is that live still up? And I didn't get an answer. I didn't get a substantial answer. So, I said, oh, only when I'm talking about Latinos and I make a little broken wrist joke. So I firmly believe there's some guy in San Francisco with a rainbow flag banner over his futon in his white underwear and his white Hanes with multiple piercings in his nose and lip, eating his toast with avocado, his avocado toast, sipping on his Starbucks, pulling on a ring, a Janet Jackson ring. You know what I'm talking about right here. Snapping on it like, I want to see what Drew Titan said this morning. As soon as he step out of line, over for him. When they zapped my Ryan Garcia live, I hit them up because I did another live right on top of that. And I hit them up and said, why'd y'all do that? They blamed the AI. And I said, when the AI fails, they told me when the AI fails, it goes with manual review. And I said, AI stopped my live. I didn't do anything. They reviewed it. And then I got an email. Great news. We're reinstating that live. But you shouldn't have stopped it in the first place. Miguel. I was talking about Miguel's boo-boo. Oh, I'm sorry. So 2 things for sure. 2 things for sure. That person's Latin, and that person's a part of that broken wrist. So I'm not breaking any rules. Y'all notice I've cleaned up my language. I'm acting 100% within the guidelines of the community standards of YouTube and Google Ads. I'm not stupid. I make pretty damn good money here. I'm not going to throw it in the garbage because of my ego. I should say what I want. Yeah, I can still say what I want and not be profane. So now what you going to do, Miguel? I don't even know if it's good. You know what'd be funny? You know what'd be funny? When I find, because I'm going to find out who it is. When I find out who it is, if his name's really Miguel, if it's anything with an M, I'm gonna laugh, bro. It's going to be so funny. What if it is Miguel? But just letting y'all know, Miguel is code for,
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Miguel is code for raquete. That. There's going to be a lot of sound bites that y'all not going to hear. But I'm going to be on Rumble. I'm going to be on Rumble. And y'all going to get it raw and uncut over there. But over here, I'm going to act within the guidelines of the rules. I'm not going to throw a few grand in the trash because I got a big ego. My ego's in check. Yeah. Lesson learned, point taken. But what you gonna do now when I'm acting right? I'm still gonna say I'm gonna make the same points, a lot less profane. What you gonna do now, Miguel? He's watching me right now. Yeah, I'm not breaking no rules, mofo. See that? I just called you something. Mofo. Ten Cabito said, and you know what, bro? Listen. If they can end it, they're gonna try it. Because, like I said earlier before you pulled up, good brother, they already attached their struggle to the black struggle. And I always had a problem with that. They already attached their struggle to the black struggle. They don't have a struggle. They have a whole community. They've cornered certain things. Entertainment, sports, 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 sports. You'd be amazed what I've heard. As a matter of fact, oh yeah, True Boxing Night. Oh no. I'll forever play that. You know why? Because he's not saying the N-word. He's really saying mega. That was from not Conan. That was from Thunder the Barbarian. And when that cartoon came out, it sounded like he said the N-word, which made it funny. But he's not saying the N-word. Oh, I know, Jose. I know about all of that. And you see, that part, I think that's too far. I'm not saying you round them up and do that. No, I'm not saying that. You know what was done to black people in this country? Let me just give you an incident. And I spoke about this on Pep Talk. Y'all ever heard of the Devil's Punch Bowl? There's a few of them. Let me read to you what the real Devil's Punch Bowl is. Devil's Punch Bowl was a refugee camp and concentration camp in Natchez, Mississippi during the American Civil War and post-war periods. The Union Army established the camp in a natural pit surrounded by bluffs to provide temporary housing and assistance to freed slaves. The camp was named for its shape with trees and bluffs, a hollow pit. It's been suggested that over 20,000 formerly enslaved people died here in 1 year. 20,000 in 1 year died there. However, the scale of the tragedy has been disputed by multiple historians. The history professor Jim Wiggins arguing that 20,000 estimate is baseless and inflated tenfold. Northern activist Sir Sage Heater Clifford, whatever, referring to the story as concocted Confederate propaganda, aiming to cast the Union Army in a negative light. Let me explain something to you. Yeah, Lake Lanier. Yo, let me explain something to you. That happened. That happened. Could the numbers be wrong? Probably. But that happened. That story didn't come out of nowhere. Could the numbers be inflated? Possibly. But it happened. There were black people there. They couldn't get out because they weren't allowed to leave. And they died there. And there's a bunch of peach trees that grow out of the ground over there. And they say don't eat them peaches off the trees. Because those peach trees bloomed and there's corpses there. That's a fact. There's corpses there. So don't eat nothing off the trees over there. The Devil's Punch Bowl. I brought that up to say this. Where's the broken wrist tragedy that they want to attach their struggle because they're just fine? They own stuff. They're in the entertainment industry, the sports industry. They've cornered their own market. They're doing just fine. Black struggle? I don't think so. Stop it, man. Stop it. Always trying to attach themselves to something. Like they attach themselves to that feminine. And that's why the feminists are quiet on this. Because feminism supports that broken wrist. They support Miguel.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
So I said all of that to say this. We have a problem. We have a problem. And look at the mess they made. Now you legitimately have men beating on women on an Olympic level. What y'all gonna do now? What you gonna do now? Look at the mess you made. I didn't do this. Y'all did this. Exactly. Domino Dominant said, who am I voting for? I'm not disclosing. But I am voting. But I'm not disclosing. Because that takes the show in another direction. And I really hate politics. But I did say on this show before, Democrat and Republican aren't your only choices. And a lot of people feel, hey man, voting for independent is a waste of vote. I beg to differ. Staying home is a waste of a vote. But I told y'all have other options. But whatever. Whatever, man. But here we are. Here we are. Who's going to fix the Olympics? Kamala Harris or Donald Trump? Oh, Donald Trump ain't racist. He pardoned Jack Johnson. Oh. He can't be racist. Deontay Wilder was there. He shook his hand. He's the only relevant black champion, the heavyweight champion, that was there for symbolic reasons to pardon a black fighter. That's why he was there. So you see what's going on in America, right? From that to they're allowing dudes to beat up, but then you had that community bouncing on the lawn of the White House though, right? But that was okay. Didn't Kamala go to Africa and told one of those countries, hey man, let that community thrive in this country? They said, you know what, take your money, turn it sideways, pound it up your mama behind and get out my country. We don't need your money. We're doing just fine because we see what's going on in your country. Those men being raised in your country, they're not real men. A lot of them are raised by single women, angry women. They got beef with the dudes that they allowed to impregnate them. So now they're raising these sissies. And the real men are getting on planes and coming to our country to look for wives. And you want to come here with your garbage, telling us to let them bounce around and do what they want? No, you let them bounce around in front of your White House. Your White House. We're fine here, thank you. Because we've seen the results.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
No, thank you. We're good here. Get out. Get out. And please understand, this ain't no beef with anyone that gets down like that. What you do in your bedroom is none of my business. I don't care. I have a problem when you're trying to impose laws and alter my way of thinking just because you are who you are. If I leave you alone, leave me alone. If I don't bother you about that, don't say that I should accept it. I don't, no. Man, woman, child. And if you like that because you can't help it, I'm cool, man. We could break bread. You know, it's whatever. I'm good. But don't try and word salad me and say this is why I do it and this why and everyone or some people should do. No. Whatever's going on in your brain, that's your brain. It's not mine. I'm cool, you're cool, but don't try and make it make sense to me. Man, woman, child. That's it. That's human biology, man. Men, woman, child. You take 100 men and put them on an island, and in 100 years, you go back to that island, you're going to find the corpse of 100 dead men. You take those same 100 men and put in another 100 transformers. Men who wanted to go through the change, transformers on that island, and come back in 100 years, you're going to find the corpses of 200 dead men. Take it up with God, man. Don't bring it up to, oh, I'm sorry, they did take it up with God. You know what they told you about God? Well, look at this ceremony in the Olympics in Paris, in Gay Paris. They had a dude dressed in blue with a beard with the Jesus halo on his head. That's what they told you. I said, take it up with God. That's what they told you. But Kamala wants to go to an African country and say, hey, man, let them run around and float around and do what they want. Y'all saw, get out. And went like this. Get out. You tell us what to do. You have marital problems there in your country. No, get out. Flinching at her. You got all these problems over here and they want to go over there to give them some freedom. Give them advice. Shut up. Shut up. Oh yeah, Jose, that's what they do. Every time I talk on that, they throw a commercial at you. Yeah, that's what they do. You know why? They have to pay me. Because Google sees value in me. They just ask me not to be as profane and to show respect. Well, I'm doing it. I ain't disrespecting anybody. This is my opinion. I'm not on here talking about, hey, ladies, if you're pregnant with a black baby girl, delete it. I didn't do that. I never said that. I would never say that. But Cynthia G has. Cynthia G has. And black men, we looked at that. We laughed and said, yo, this itch is crazy. And a white woman got online and showed us how to set it. They said, no, here's what you do. You put pen to paper, because documentation beats conversation, and you email this here and CC it here. Bang, 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 bang. Gone. She was gone. She was gone. And we didn't do it. Take that, feminists. Wasn't us. You know, the black men that are so bad, and wasn't us. We didn't do anything. We was letting her exercise her freedom of speech, right? And I heard she's still somewhere talking crazy. Never mind us. Is she standing in the pocket for this? I'm just curious. Is she for it or against it? I need all female. Man, Franchon Cruz Dezern should be up here talking about, nah. No. Or do y'all just wait for a black man to say something? I'm not talking about Franchon. That's our sister. Or does the society just wait for black men to complain about something? Not even complain, because every time we point out a discrepancy, they say we're complaining. No, we're pointing out a discrepancy, say this isn't right. And then they try and shame us and say we're complaining. If you're pointing out the discrepancy and saying something needs to be done, that's not complaining. Complaints are empty if you don't follow up. That's not right. But moving on, that's what they tried to do to Devin. First it was, Ryan didn't cheat. Then when it was proven that he cheated, what did they tell us? All right, he cheated. Stop talking about it. Move on. What does that remind you of? Hey, man, cops have been beating us up since the 1900s. Oh, they can't do that. They are friends. Rodney King happened. Okay, that was an isolated incident. No, I knew dudes from LA. I was like, nah, that was just the worst one. It's bad because it got caught on camera. I've seen worse ass whoopings from LAPD. And what's worse is they seen them beat black dudes up and left him there. Didn't even lock him up. They just beat him up. So now that we proved that, they was like, oh, it's an isolated incident. No, it's not. Decades later, smartphones. Not only we catching beatings, we're catching murders. All right, y'all were right. After 100 years, y'all were right, but move on. What? Now you want us to move on? First, it went from telling us it didn't happen to, okay, it was an isolated incident, and then we prove it's not an isolated incident. It was like, okay. We'll change some laws, and we'll fix the hiring process. But stop talking about it. Move on. Slavery ain't happened. Yes, it did. Then they put in Texas social studies books that Africans relocated from Africa to America for a better way of life. It was like, when? The Africans in 2000, 2002? The visible Africans with the long necks and dark skin, but you're confused because they have on football jerseys and the Nelly the Nelly Band-Aid on their faces. Like, he's dressed like that, but he looks Somalian. That's because he is Somalian, but he's trying to fit in American culture. Oh, those Africans relocating for better life because they did. No, you're talking about, no. Some of them were sold and kidnapped. Those guys? And then when we catch it out there, they're like, oh no, we just don't want to talk about slavery anymore. What? It's bad enough. Black people all around this world, we got to do DNA to find out where our roots are. We don't know. No knowledge of self. We don't know who we pray to. Our history has been erased to the best of their abilities. The machine's abilities. They tell us to get over it. How they treat us in sports is how they treat us in real life, which is why I get crazy when I see Tank Davis and Shakur and Keyshawn Davis acting a certain way. Getting on Ryan's Instagram Live and petitioning to fight him like it's all good, water under the bridge. No, it's not cool. There's no coming back from what he said. That's why I don't deal with these kids. There's no changing them. I don't know who their OGs are, but they failed. They have failed. Unless their OGs come forth and say, yo, look, I told him that's not right. He's doing what he wants to do. But their OGs have failed. Every last one of them. From Tank's parents, his OGs, to Shakur's father or his mama, Keyshawn, his dad, all of them failed, bro. All of them. You want to resurrect George Floyd, delete him again, and join the Ku Klux Klan. You don't even play like that, bro. Didn't even apologize to that man's family. And then I heard him say he died not because of the knee on his neck for umpteen minutes, but he had fentanyl in his bloodstream. When the autopsy proved that wasn't the case. He stood on that. And now I got these two brothers petitioning him for a fight. Drew, why don't you mess with them? I just told you, man. If that don't grind your gears, there's no hope for you. I don't like no fighter that much. You kidding me? I'm at a point in my age where character is everything. You could be great at what you do, but I don't like you as a person, and I don't support you. Drew, what's your problem with Tank? I just told you. Ain't got nothing to do with boxing. I will never support that dude in anything, ever again. I tried. I'm not doing it anymore. We're at war. Do y'all understand that? Look, this thing that's going on in the Olympics, I just asked y'all, what if that was a family member of y'all's? And she stood across the ring and was facing a man. Do you know there's nothing you can do? There's nothing you can complain to? How does it feel when no one's listening to you? How does it feel? Those women that those men beat up, their dreams are shattered. And athletes are sensitive. Oh, I got big career dreams and all I got to do is win this at the Olympics. They put you in there with a dude Now it's like, I don't want to do nothing no more. I'm just going to get a real job. The world let this happen to me. What does that remind you of, right? The world let this happen to me. They let a dude because of some stupid woke agenda powered by feminism. They let this man go in there and beat up on a woman. And nobody wants to listen. Sounds a lot like Deontay Wilder, right? That man got cheated 3 goddamn times. And nobody wanted to listen. Devin got cheated. And nobody wanted to listen. Thank God Ryan was arrogant enough to think that his privilege would make him get away with it, but he got caught. Press, sit this one out. I promise you. You might want to sit this one out. You might want to sit this one out. Please. I don't want to talk about, I mentioned Tank, but I'm making a point. I'm not wrong on that dude. I don't give a damn about what he's doing over there in Gay Paris. I don't care. Don't turn this into the Tank and Shakur show, because maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow. They have 135. Why they not fighting? Okay? Stop. Just stop right there. The Olympics ain't paying them. The Tank don't give a fuck about no kids. Miguel, I cursed again.
Ay, Miguel! Miguel!
He's cut from the Floyd Mayweather cloth. He's doing that to put it on his resume. Just like he bought up the block in Baltimore. Nonsense. That's just for something for him to say. I don't believe him. Nothing he's doing is genuine. Because isn't that not what he said recently? Oh, I'm not having it no more. I'm doing this for me. Now you're at the Olympics. Yeah, you know what you're doing for you? You're trying to get some cool points on your resume. Yeah, you know, I went to Gay Paris to help the Olympians. Man, shut up. Shut up. I don't believe a word you say. How can I believe what you say when I see what you do? You ain't doing nothing over there. You got business over here. Called Shakur Stevenson. Y'all been at 135 how long? Y'all just been staring at each other. Those boys don't want to fight each other. Why? Because somebody's going to have to lose. And they becoming unified has taken a back seat to the idea of becoming a meme and losing or getting jerked by the machine. Coach Cal told us that. Did he not tell Marco? Why would we take that fight? He's not going to stand there and let us do what we do. D-E-W, D-E-W. They drink Mountain Dew down there. Did he not say that? How could I believe what you say when I see what you do? There's no excuse for those two men not to be fighting. Especially when Loma said, I'm the A side. He didn't say that, but again, how could I believe what you say when I see what you do? That man got 3 losses and pulled the boss move, and no one is saying anything. LeBron, what up? That man said, I don't feel like it. Money don't move me. Money don't move the almighty Loma with my blonde hair and blue eyes from the Ukraine, where the Nazis ran over and made camp. Putin said, I'm going to show you how it's done. And by the way, y'all, Jesus was black. Putin said that. Oh, my God.
Whoa! What the Ay, Miguel! Miguel!
Putin said that and showed evidence. Never mind the Bible saying eyes of brimstone, dark skin with woolly hair. Sounds like Grady from Sanford and Son or Jesus Christ to me. But never mind what the good book says. But Putin said, hey, my friends, look at this. But y'all want to tell me that Ukrainian, and I've seen, bro, my boy was in the military. And he told me years ago, he said, I ain't effing with the Ukraine. I said, well, what's going on over there? He said, man, he went to a mall. They had the electronic banners. He said, was that a swastika? And I know when a swastika, you turn it a certain way, it means peace. But it was turned. He was looking around like, This is normal? No. They got roots in that. Okay. He said he went to where the camp was. He stayed and he didn't move. He had some white boys that he buddied up with that was from like Kentucky and everything. Say, hey, Mike, man, you might not want to go into town, Mike. It's crazy that the things we saw, Mike, man, that you might. He said, I've been there already. I ain't going. He said, you went over there, Mike? Don't even go in there, Mike. It's crazy, Mike. It's crazy. I couldn't believe that, man. But they were blonde hair, blue eyes from Kentucky, though. Must be nice. So please, two of the best at 135, they're not even fighting. Why? Because Tank is in Paris doing what? Talking to some kids? Boy, if you don't stop, get your behind back over to the States and fight Shakur. Oh, I'm sorry. But then Shakur, I understand, is pricing himself out. I'm enjoying this. This ain't got nothing to do with Devin. Devin tried to fight all of y'all. And then fought Loma, the Ukrainian, right? Beat him. And what did y'all say? What did Shakur say? I think he lost. That's what he said. While looking at him like a snake. Signed the contract. Remember that? The bottle service? Devin gets in there with Ryan, gets cheated, finishes on his feet. But all y'all remember is the knockdowns. Then you found out this dude cheated. Tank whipped him saying, yo, if I'm standing in the pocket for you and you really cheated, I'm going to F you up. He said, I didn't cheat, but we can run it back. Then you found out that he cheated. Then he's going into hotels and $15,000 worth of damage and the George Floyd statements. And what does Tank do? All of this dysfunction, Black people have been compromised. Boxing has been compromised. The boxing program and the Olympic boxing program has been compromised by feminism, and now they're scared to speak on it because feminism has been compromised by the broken wrist community, which is why there's no real outrage. But like the Shakur and Tank fallout, the Olympic boxing on the Olympic level collapsing. Funny how Tank is there now and it's collapsing right in front of our face. I'm just watching the fallout. I'm just watching the fallout. So now all of a sudden Shakur knows his worth, right? And that's okay. But he was worth more than 25%, 4 belts in his first time on pay-per-view. He was worth... Okay, all right. I'm enjoying the fallout. I'm enjoying the fallout. You got two fools at 135 who won't fight each other. You got a white boy, right, that has 3 losses, but he's sunning y'all. He got y'all fighting amongst each other. He's sunning y'all. The machine is not going to stop until he's undisputed at 135. Remember, I said that. Okay, so you got that going on, right? And I'm just enjoying it. And by the way, Tank better not fight Isak Cruz. Don't do it. Don't do it, because ain't Isak a champion at 140? But when Coach Cal was asked, yo, what about a rematch with Cruz? No, I'm sorry. When Coach Cal was asked, what about Devin Haney? He said, at what weight, though? At what weight? Could have fought him at 135. But after he beat Prograis, it's like, at what weight? Well, you already fought at 140. What are you talking about? You see? Everything y'all said will be held against you. And I'm just enjoying it. Because I'm just sitting here saying, see, everything y'all put out is coming right back to bite you. Maybe I'll cook on that tomorrow. Gosh. What did I say, y'all? Sometimes you ain't got to lift a finger. Just watch. So the feminists are angry that some dudes were allowed into the Olympics to beat on women, but they can't say anything. They muzzled themselves because y'all befriended the broken wrist. And now you're finding out that they were never your friends. They had an agenda. They had an agenda. They were never your friends. They used you. You're welcome. And I'm just watching like, hey, man, because you know what? I don't agree with Mauricio Suleiman. I don't agree with I want the boxing program to be saved. Right? But sometimes you just need to let things go. If they don't know better than to fix this, I don't know what to tell you. They can't see this as dangerous? Okay, fine. I'm done, yo. I'm done. Look, men are not supposed to be boxing women, period. Lucille Riker, that's her name. She was the best female boxer, kickboxer in the world at one point. She fought probably the worst kickboxer, it's on YouTube, in the world. And he knocked her out. He knocked her out. He knocked her out. That swimmer, what was her name? Leah something? I heard she competed as a man. And she was like 300th in the world or something on a collegiate level. Jumped in the pool with all these top female swimmers and he smoked them like they were standing still. He's a man. No exceptions to the rule. I'm not talking about a dude off the street. I'm talking about an athlete. The all-star, the best high school boys teams, if you get all the best high school team players in the United States, they could smoke the WNBA champions right now. They could smoke them. I already told you, some of those kids are 6'10", and they got skills. Had some tall white boy looking like Dirk Nowitzki. I was like, who is he? I don't know, but he's 16. 16? Y'all saw Kendall Gill's son? Get out of here. They will run the WNBA champions out the damn gym. I'm not being chauvinist. I'm saying it because we're just built different. That's just what it is. But let the feminists deal with this. In other words, brothers, this ain't our fight. I'm done, bro. I'm done because I've been speaking out against this. I didn't want Mauricio Suleiman saving the boxing program. He was talking about corruption. I said, he's as corrupt as they come. Where's the franchise status? How's that relationship with Daniel Kennedy? What's up? How did that go with you and Bob trying to freeze out Devin Haney and invest in Teofimo Lopez and his emotionally inept ass? These are all the things I've been talking about, but when I speak on it, I'm a hater. I'm hating on Tank. I'm hating on Shakur. I'm hating on Loma. Y'all go ahead, bro. Sometimes you don't got to lift a finger, but you know what? This is the part right now with the Olympic boxing program and Shakur not fighting Tank, and I'm just sitting back saying, I told you. And when sometime maybe 2025, when Lomachenko ends up with 4 belts, and don't even be surprised if Tank says, you know what, F it, I'm dropping belt and going up to 140. And Shakur does the same thing. Don't be surprised if we'll see Loma versus Keyshawn Davis at the end of 2025. And he's going to smoke him. And he'll be undisputed just for the sake of being undisputed, and he's going to retire. And they're going to celebrate him as if all the other black fighters were standing still. And I'm going to be right here talking about, I told y'all this was going to happen. This is why all of those brothers should have fought together and froze Loma out, but y'all didn't do it. Told you. But y'all wanted to whip Devin and say, oh, you really lost, Saloma. I said, even if you felt that, you should have shut up and remained on code. You see, all of this is because y'all are off code. From boxing being compromised by the feminist agenda, to y'all not doing the right thing. Everyone should have froze out Loma. Y'all don't want to listen to me. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm right here talking about I told you so. I'm out, man. Salute to everybody in Venmo, the Cash App. I was supposed to do pep talk last night. I'll do it this evening. Houston has a problem. If it's 90 degrees in Texas, Houston is 120. I mean, what the hell? I think the general's on. Let's head over there. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
¡Ay, Miguel!